Women want whatever they don't have. If the woman is married, she wants a divorce. If the woman is single, or if she got that divorce, now she wants to be married again. Now, this sucks, and a lot of times you guys hear me say that relationships suck. The reason I say that is because you go through this constant up and down, right? You get into a relationship, you get out of the relationship, you have to recover from what you experienced in that relationship, and then
a prostitute so she leaves when we're done, rather than sit here and put a bunch of money into a chick.
And then you have to hope that you don't take that damage, that hurt, that pain, that trauma into your next relationship, because if you do, it's doomed to start. And I know this is a weird thing, but once you understand this, now you can play the game much better. Now you can actually fill a role. What I mean by that is this. We have Tia Mowry, who's explaining what phase of life she's in, and we have Corey Hardrick, who's explaining the phase of life he's in. So I want you guys to comment, join this conversation, because this is going to be a really interesting video. First, we're going to get into Corey Hardrick and him talking about the recovery phase of getting out of a marriage or being divorced. So we're going to tackle that, and then we're going to go right into Tia Mowry. So let's get it. Here we go. Wait. Before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel. So here we go.
No tough when it feels like you're going through something alone and no one understands, and no one's there for you, and it's just like, when you're a man, especially a black man, they're like, oh, he's tough, he's strong, but it was a year and a half crying myself to sleep every night. Nobody see that. Yeah. Nobody see that.
Yeah.
Damn, a year and a half? No, that's heavy, but I get it, because when you invest so much into a woman and it gets snatched right up from under you, that's a different feeling.
You live 5 minutes away from your babies, you know what I'm saying? Because people who know Corey Hardrick know that his kids and his family was everything to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yes.
I'm really stronger. And that by the grace of God, it's like I'm here and I'm still going.
Now, I want y'all to understand something before we get into Tia Mowry and where she is, right? This man poured his heart out to a crowd of people, right? He got you guys to understand what it's like to go through a divorce. Now, let me go ahead and say this. Men are not usually walking around saying, I want to be married. In fact, men would love to be indulging in what's going on right now, because women are in their happiness over everything phase, which means you get a turn, he gets a turn, they get a turn, and even possibly she gets a turn. So now let's get right into this Tia Mowry thing so we can see the effects and how things go, because Tia Mowry was the one who said
There's a graduation. There's a celebration.
Says she graduated from marriage. So when you graduate from junior high, you go to the next level, which is high school. Now, once you graduate from college, I don't know what the next level is, but I think she's going to answer that. Let's check her out.
I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm in my phase right now. Happiness over everything. Where's your mind?
Oh, wait. Do you understand how that felt as a man, to see the woman that you love, to see the woman that you thought was yours, to see the woman that you thought, oh man, you know what? She's different. She got my back. She's really here for me. Man, we got children together. We have built a beautiful life together. This woman really got my back. This is my ride or die. And then to turn around, or not even turn around, but to see her acting like this, oh my gosh, this will rip your heart out. This will cause you to crash out in all kind of ways. We're talking, he talked about crying himself to sleep for a year and a half. Fellas, this is why I say women will rip years of your life away from you. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't get married, but I'm not saying that you should get married. My thing is this: a lot of people gamble. And if you feel like the gamble is worth it, the best thing that happened was they had children. Now, they were married for 14 years. The best thing that happened is that they had children. So with those children, we have 2 people on the planet who could possibly push the world forward. Now, he could have been petty and put her out there, put her on Front Street, but he probably didn't, because maybe in the back of his mind, he's thinking, you know what, there's a possibility that we can get back together later on down the line. Now, if that's truly his thought process, which it more than likely is, then he can definitely go ahead and start having some fun. Because, you know, I mean, I don't know her, but I mean, was she really putting out like that? I mean, because when you think about women who want to be social media famous, right? They're influencers. But Tia Mowry and Corey Hardrick, those people are actually celebrities, right? When you see them on TV and you see them in movies, they're getting paid for that, right? Opposed to a social media influencer who's getting paid to show how good of a doctor that they went to. Let's go ahead and tackle a few things that Corey said, and then we'll get right into what's going on with Tia Mowry. So the first thing that happens to you when you're going through a divorce is you're going to feel lonely. Why can I speak about this? Because I'm a divorced man. So I've been through this phase. Now, I think my divorce was fairly easy, but nonetheless, it was still tough because I have children. Now, I'm saying this because when you're going through this, you're going to feel lonely because people will only listen to you for so long. They can only sympathize with you for so long before you start to hear, man, come on, man, get over it. Come on, man. There's plenty of women out here, man. Come on, get over it. Leave her alone. She ain't the one. All right. It's time to get up. You a man. Get it together. Right. That's what Corey was talking about. And that's what you will experience once you get out of a relationship. Now, I understand where he's coming from, because what usually happens is your arguments and the things that you're trying to get across to people, the things that you want people to understand, which they will not understand, is when you're speaking, you're trying to prove how much you love this woman. You're trying to prove how much you were there for her. You're trying to prove how much of a family man you were. You're trying to prove how much of a good man you actually are and how you were for her. Now, she's going to get out here, fall on her face, go on all these different kind of dates with all these different kind of men, and she's going to experience some of the same things that these other women are experiencing. The only difference is she actually had the life that these women wanted. So I like to look at this as the investment stage, right? Where you have really like poured into a woman. Right? Because when you have to deal with a woman throughout pregnancy, throughout her menstrual cycle every single month, and then menopause, plus postpartum, like women don't realize men should get a medal, a badge of honor for having to deal with that from any woman, because dealing with a woman on her period when her emotions are really up and down, listen, it sucks. You had to adjust to the things she eat and the things she didn't eat, her favorite this versus her favorite that. And here's something that's crazy. If her order got messed up, if her food order got messed up, her night was ruined, which means your night was ruined, which means that's a night you didn't get no box, because you either didn't stand up for her, you didn't correct the person, or you didn't correct the order. In some way, shape, or fashion, it falls back on you. Now, I've dealt with women who, oh my gosh, I had an ex who did not eat bananas, right? I don't know what it was. Maybe she was, actually, you know what? She said she was allergic to bananas. I dated another woman who said she was allergic to peanuts. So she didn't want peanut anything around, period. I have children. They love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. At the time, I was eating a lot of trail mix, and the trail mix had peanuts in it. What I'm saying to you is there are things that you have to adjust to. Now, the biggest thing that I really, and this was a relationship I could not get into, right? There was a woman who told me that she could not consume sugar. If she did, it would just like destroy her. She would have these crazy headaches, and like it was just the end of the world if she had sugar. So I said to myself, you know what? With all the BS I've had to deal with, I am not looking forward to dealing with a woman who cannot consume sugar, because I don't want to have to deal with the backlash. Like, I no longer have the patience to deal with a woman in her eating habits. Right. I mean, I get it. I'm kind of picky. Well, I'm picky when it comes to food as well, but not like that. Like it's real different. Your emotions now are going up and down. You experience a high of rage. You experience a low or a high of sadness. Right now, all of a sudden, like Corey said, you're crying yourself to sleep. This happens to men. Now, I don't know if I cried myself to sleep, but I mean, it was hard. You know what I'm saying? It hit you in the heart, no matter who you are. The recovery, the reinventing yourself, because that's where you start to build your confidence back up. Now that you've gone through something, now you can help the next person when they're going through the same thing or something similar. I believe that's what these spaces on YouTube and social media platforms, I believe that's what this is really all about. And it's important to understand the restart, because when you're in a relationship, you get comfortable, right? You're used to dressing a certain way. You're used to moving around and doing certain things that may be unattractive to other women. In fact, when you're getting back into dating, what happens is it's a brand new world. And the only reason why the single people don't understand that it's a brand new world is because you're constantly making that adjustment. But when you get out of a relationship, it's like, oh, wait, what's going on here? Wait a minute. Men used to act like this and women used to act like that. But as time goes on, we're starting to see that things are they're going in a completely different direction. Now that you have yourself reinvented because you recovered from the investment stage and people not understanding what's going on, now you literally move into what she called the 304 phase, which is happiness over everything. Now, for her, that really means what we think it means, right? Like, her saying, where's your mind? It's exactly where it needs to be, right? Because it means what it means. For instance, if she chose happiness, right? What is the happiness? What is it exactly? Think about it. She's choosing to get back in the dating world over her children, over her marriage, a man who committed to her. Committing to one woman is insane. Like, it's ridiculous, right? Because it is the ultimate sacrifice. I know women may not see it that way, but it is the ultimate sacrifice, because now you have to deal with this woman possibly wanting to go through your phone, with this woman mad dogging other women. Oh, don't look at my man, right? You have to deal with her being jealous. You have to deal with her beauty fading away, but she's going to be looking at you and expecting for you to tell her that she's pretty when she might not be pretty anymore. She chose the dating lifestyle over her family, over her children, over her marriage. So I need you guys to understand, this is why I constantly say, work on yourself, work on your mind, your body, and your finances. Get that together, because once you have that together, your recovery will be much easier. Now, if you decide that you want to try this marriage thing again, guess what? Corey Hardrick is in the position where Tia did him a favor. She is releasing him during the time where women are sexually liberated. Fellas, I constantly say adapt to dating. It's easy to complain about women and what they doing, but what I constantly hear is there are good women out there. Now, where are they? I don't know, but eventually you'll come across one, right? Especially if you start traveling, especially if you have hobbies and you go out and you start doing things. They can and they probably will revert back to being unhappy. Therefore, they're going to need another happiness over everything phase. So with all of this being said, I got a question for you guys. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.